And welcome back. It is time once again for another stellar edition of 10 Weather Chat. Mike Simon, Daniel Benoit. Did we get it, Daniel? Benoit?
Yeah, you got it.
All right,
there we
go. Working on Daniel's last name, absolutely. And we're here and looking forward to another interesting chat. Now, here we are, end of July as of this recording. And Mike, it's kind of the heart of summer. So, we got some different things to talk about. It's been an interesting month of July.
It has. We've had a lot going on.
We're going to dive into it. Hopefully you've had a great summer and had a great July. And, we probably shouldn't mention that S word. No, not that one. That's later. The school.
Yeah, not the four-letter S word.
Not that S word, Mike. Exactly. But, hey, Daniel, speaking of school, you got some exciting news. Did you say your wife's going to be getting ready to head back?
My beloved bride is a brand new Tennessee volunteer. She's
Wow.
going back
really?
to school. She's all smart and stuff. She's going to study biochemistry.
Wow.
And hopefully knocking that out in 2 years. But we're very excited.
That is congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Smart genes running your family. Wow.
Well, we're not related.
Well, you can claim that though. You're together. Hey, congratulations to your bride.
Thank you.
That is awesome. So, school right around the corner. But let's talk about what we've been seeing the month of July. It's almost like a lot of times we talk about feast and famine, the haves, the have-nots. I mean, let's take a look at our monthly rainfall, and of course for Knoxville, McGee Tyson Airport, the official weather station where all the records are kept for temperature, precipitation. So let's talk about rainfall for the month. And as of this recording, next to the last day of the month of July, we got some good rain, just over 4.5 inches, but we averaged 5 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
And so not too much of a shocker here at the airport, but we're going to come up with a little bit of a deficit.
Yeah, there were a lot of places, though, that had that in one day.
Hey, Mike, one day. Seriously, in one day? Yeah, one day. And dare we say, basically in hours. I mean, in about 3, 4, 5 hours.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I mean, some areas, 4.5, that may be pushing, but some areas got about 2 to 4 inches of rain in an afternoon session.
There must be a suppression blanket over the airport.
It's interesting. It's very interesting. It seems like a lot of times, and we talk about this a lot, folks, but a lot of times it seems like in Knoxville, city of Knoxville, will tend to get more rainfall, it seems like a lot of times, than at the airport. There's only 12 miles difference. And so you'll see this across the country, though. A lot of the official weather stations, and this goes back to aviation interest, that the official weather stations for a lot of major main cities were put at the airport.
Well, sure.
Obviously for aviation. And they're trying to have a place that's unobstructed, so out in the open. It's not like you can put one in downtown.
Right.
Because it's going to get too much heat feedback.
And if you put it on top of a building, that's way too high.
It's way too high. Exactly. So there are a lot of good reasons to have it where they have. It's just as far as the distance. So a little bit different. But so nonetheless, a little bit behind at the airport. Dare we say there's been some areas that we've seen this. I mean, there was in one day we had an operator estimated 7 to 8 inches.
That's right.
Right up in Granger County.
Yeah.
And parts of Hawkins and Hamblen, I think over in the Union, like a swath of like 4 to 8 inch rainfall in one day. So no doubt some areas even have probably double of that. So some areas are saying, probably looking like a tropical rainforest, but hopefully you've had a good July. A lot of folks, the grass is green. So
it is, and it's very nice. The lakes look full.
Lakes look full. Yeah, we don't have Douglas Lake in here, but tell you what, it's
it's
over Summer Pool.
Right now. There's Douglas right there.
Oh, you got look at Daniel.
There it is.
We don't have it, but Daniel does. Daniel, great. Matter of fact, taking a closer look. I mean, I'm being serious. Even from yesterday, look at that. Look at the trees. I don't see hardly any red clay. I mean, maybe just a smidge if we zoomed in, but that's amazing. Wow. So, I mean, it looks like it's come up even just in the last 24 hours, even more. We did have a round of severe storms. Let's talk about this pattern that we've seen, Mike. And we've had a northwest flow pattern. And a lot of times, northwest flow can bring in some strong to occasionally severe storms around a.
And it's been maddening trying to forecast those is difficult.
Oh, that's and then some. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, models kind of struggle sometimes that flow. Real quick, and just back to our rainfall. Just wanted to recap that as we look forward, as we head into the kind of the latter part, the fourth quarter of summer, so to speak. The third month of summer is August, and notice our rainfall goes down by quite a bit, about 1.5 inches or so on average. And then we're heading to the dry season October. Then the wet season returns. Second wettest month on average is December. So that's just a real quick glance at that. Before we talk about and get to that northwest flow pattern, just wanted to touch on the tropics real quick because, Daniel, you did this last time. Sorry, I didn't even ask you, but we could do crickets again because,
I'll have to load up my sound effects.
There's sound effects.
It's been rocking and rolling over in the Pacific, though. It's just,
yeah. No crickets in the Pacific.
I know.
I mean, yeah.
Big storms.
Big storms. It was super typhoon. And we've had some very, very intense hurricane. And that's what's associated with an El Nino and a strong El Nino. Pacific basin is going to be much more active than the Atlantic basin. So it's not too unusual. In the Atlantic, there's just a couple of things. There's more wind shear, and even the sow, the dry, dusty layer that can come off the coast of Africa plays a role in inhibiting formation.
Suppression.
So, yeah, exactly. There it is.
There they are.
Thank you, Daniel. That's actually perfect sound effect for sleeping at night, too, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about camping before coming on the show. My wife and I went and took a camping trip, and then we had some thunderstorms.
Sounds like fun.
I can't believe y'all can bear the humidity in the summer going camping.
I tell you what, I know
I can't handle that.
Well, we were talking about this, and Mike asked. We have a pop-up. We've had it for quite a while. My wife and I, we used to go camping with the kids, and now they're all grown, and so it's just Lee and I went. But it's like a tent on wheels. You pop it up, everything. But if we go camping, in July or the heart of summer, we do have it's got an air conditioning unit. So
well, you can't get.
It's hard to camp in summer with no. Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of.
Well, I grew up on a farmhouse, and we had a window air conditioner. So if we wanted to get cool, we had to go in the kitchen. You get used to what you're already experiencing daily.
You absolutely do. It's tough, but Daniel, you're right. It's heart of summer. I mean, got to have. You know what? But camping today is not like it used to be. I mean, you can. There are so many modern conveniences. You've got the air mattresses. You got cots. I mean, so then you got your fans. You got hookups. So you got electrical hookup. There's even cooling fans that you can plug in, even in a tent, to keep you a little bit cooler. So even if you don't have a camper to go camp, there's all kind of these modern conveniences you can keep comfortable. But so anyway, hopefully, if folks have been camping this summer, hopefully your camping trips have gone well. But the tropics are pretty quiet now. It's not too unusual this time of year. Typically, they kick in later in August and September. So even though it's expected to be a quieter season overall, we'll have to see how that shakes out. So. Here's what happened at the end of July. As of this taping, we had a cold front that brought us some severe weather. We had some tornado warnings. We had some wind damage in the region, and a lot of that was impressive. But that was a cold front. This is a rarity.
It's gone quite far south.
Quite far south. I mean, a cold front moving into the deep south at the end of July, making it south of Atlanta, and dare we say, trying to get down toward Macon and Warner Robins, Georgia. Now, when we get down there, it's Georgia. But that's cross over that.
That's where I'm from, down in Georgia.
There you go, Daniel. You know it well. But look at that front. Yeah, it made it all the way down there. We had some really nice weather to end this month of July, and of course, move into August.
Complete opposite from the first week.
Complete opposite. Yes, we had excessive heat and humidity. Well, let's talk about the pattern that we've had as of late. And you mentioned this, Mike, northwest flow. It's very hard to predict. Models having all kind of struggles. But, these are the wind stream pattern particles, and this is kind of typical of a mid and upper level flow. And so it's kind of been north to south coming out of July and headed into August. Now, once we get into this first part of August, there's another saying out there, an upper level low is a meteorologist. Whoa. So it could be, because those can be very tough to predict.
Sure.
And they meander. You may have a combination of heavy rain, strong storms.
They could be cut off from any flow,
they're
where they're
cut
not
off
really
the main
moving.
flow.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you could have storms, and you could be dry if you're on the dry slot part of it. So that's something we'll be keeping an eye on as we go in time. But here's another product that you may see us show from time to time. It's water vapor. And we saw that another reason we had beautiful weather and some lower humidity to end the month of July was that front that pushed through. We got that drier air showing up with the brown colors. Yeah, Daniel?
As a non-meteorologist, can I just say this model looks terrifying?
Okay. You know what?
It looks like, if you've ever seen The Never-Ending Story, it looks like the nothing is sweeping over East Tennessee.
I have not seen that. Actually, that is great feedback. So that's good information, because I need to know that when I'm showing. It's like, okay, I better do. You got some explaining to do. What in the world are we looking at right here? The world's not ending, right? No, we got that dry air. But look at the contrast. We got the dry air. You know, Memphis is 2 states away. It's a long state. They didn't quite get in on the dryer.
No, and dew points in the 50s in July.
We've got dew points in the 50s. I mean,
nice.
So nice. Gosh, as we say, you take it and run with it. You know, literally, much better to get out. But yeah, that heat and humidity. Now it's back to our west. And that unsettled pattern is likely going to be built in. You know, another story that we've been seeing in the month of July this summer, the Canadian wildfires and the smoke.
Uh-huh.
And this is the latest we're looking at here. Look how far south that smoke went from out the western U.S. wildfires up in Canada. The smoke, which is transported aloft in the upper level winds, with that northwest flow. So that northwest flow is bringing everything from north to south. Memphis has a lot more smoke. Look at that, Atlanta, all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida, and north of Orlando. I mean, that's
now. I wonder if states or individuals can sue Canada for the respiratory issue.
Oh, Canada!
You tell us, Mike. You're the lawyer.
Just bringing it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean. That's interesting. Interesting question.
Just a little side note.
You know, and it does produce. So when it's in the upper levels, and we're going to put this in motion, kind of see what we got here. When it's in the upper levels, it's not any issues with respiratory. But up north, it got really thick. There were definite issues with respiratory, the breathing, respiratory elements, folks who suffer with that. And
especially on hot days, too.
Oh, absolutely. So this is kind of put it in motion. So we got a little bit of that break going forward, but that's kind of a look of what we were seeing as far as the particulate matter and the smoke. So hopefully that will continue. So here's we'll kind of show this and talk about what are we going to see looking ahead. You know, August, still in the dog days of summer, it's typically going to be hot and humid. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we've got that northwest flow, and there's that trough in the east. Boy, the plains and out west have been dealing with a lot of heat. Now, let's see how it transpires. Here's a look into August. So there's that upper low that it may or may not cut off. Hopefully it doesn't, because that makes our job very tough. And then, you know, looks like we just kind of, that lifts
It's not bad.
out.
It doesn't look like any heat wave or anything.
No, it doesn't look bad. That takes us through Sunday, August 9th. So, yeah, exactly, Mike. I like the looks of that. So hopefully we'll get to cruise into, and through August, we were talking about this just before we came on air, and what's one of my favorite things, I don't love the month of August because it's still kind of muggy, but I do like when we get into August, because right around the corner is football and fall.
I love it.
Oh, the two, you know, August can be a long month. Of course, we are talking about school starting back, but, you know, football and fall. Hey, before we wrap up, I was thinking about this earlier. 2 things. What is, and folks out there, you can think about this one. What is your favorite thing to do, first of all, in the summer? I know we're going to be coming out of summer, but what do you love most about summer? It can be anything, weather or whatever.
The lake.
The lake?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite, Mike?
I think most people, especially around here.
We got a lot of lakes, a lot of opportunities.
Well, it's my birthday. You know, it's in August.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
Oh, your birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
There you go. Excellent.
So, what about you?
Yeah. Daniel, how about you?
Probably the opportunities to see family in the summer. I love that.
Wow.
Which includes the beach, the ocean. There was a little debate out in the newsroom lately about ocean versus pool. I voted ocean, specifically Gulf. Got to have the soft sand. That's me.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah, but you don't want to swim out.
That's a great answer.
You don't want to swim out very far, though. You got the Gulf Stream; it's real warm. Sharks are are closer.
Folks, checks calendar going to the Gulf. Now, you know what, Daniel? It's so interesting you said that. Yes, the Gulf Coast has some beautiful white sandy beaches, right?
Pretty, yeah.
See, I go to Pawleys Island on the Atlantic, and so the beach is not the beautiful white sand. It's a little bit more darker gray. But now, here's an interesting conversation. I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe it's not better than or worse than. It's just different than, perhaps, because each one has its benefits. I'm gonna be honest. I love the Atlantic personally because I like to have waves. I want to get out there and go body surfing. And now I can't surf. Let's make that very clear. I cannot surf. I'm not very agile. My boys can surf. They can get out there and do all that. They do the sup and stand up paddleboard. I don't do that. I'm old fashioned. I love to body surf and get out. I like the waves because sometimes if you go down the Gulf, do you have that crickets sound effect?
Yeah, it can be very.
I didn't
calm.
have it queued up.
No, it's all good. Now, and again, I don't mean to poke fun to it. Where's the waves? I'm just teasing a little bit. Having fun with it. But it's actually, on the other hand, this is a pro for the Gulf. Actually, when it's not as many waves, you can get out there and it's not as turbulent and it's easier to swim. So
what I like is
what do you like about
evening when there's thunderstorms offshore. If you could, you don't have any terrain that obscures any view.
Yes,
so you can see them in full.
Oh, it's perfect. Maybe some water spouts.
Exactly. I've never seen one. You think I would have? I've lived in Florida, but I still haven't seen one.
I've never seen one in person. Just on video. Just UGC. Yeah, folks, send it out. But it's interesting though. Between the Gulf and the Atlantic, you do have, the interesting, benefits of both. Yes.
By the way, a little industry term there, UGC. That is user-generated content. So when you folks send us those great pictures, that's what that is.
Thank you for clarification, Todd. Just threw it out there without any definition.
It's jargon.
That's excellent. Yeah, and we appreciate your UGC.
They're acronyms for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, I think that'll before we wrap it up, next season's fall. What's your favorite thing about fall? I know what an answer may or may not be.
Leaf change.
Leaf change. That's a good answer.
Cool winds.
Oh, nice. Love the description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's me. That's what I like. Anyway.
The two go together. The cool winds and
the
color change, and then the leaves start to fall. How about you, Daniel?
Temperature starts to drop, humidity starts to recede. Takes longer here in the South, but
yes,
here in East Tennessee, like Mike said, it's hard to beat those leaves changing.
Oh.
Take a drive on Foothills Parkway.
Oh my gosh, I can see it now. The way you just set that up, Daniel. I think we're riding through the Smokies, even as we Roaring Fork Motor Trail. Just look at those leaves. You know what? The Smokies, we're blessed, aren't we? We got the Smokies in our backyard. We got beautiful scenery. We got the lakes to enjoy in the summer. We got the mountains to enjoy any time of the year. And football and fall, those are the two. A lot of times they go together. Those early games, except for TV that tries to push those things at noontime.
You don't want to sit down in the full sun. They need to have
night games the first 2 or 3 weeks, but then after that, usually that good front comes through mid to late September, and we're doing pretty good. Mm-hmm. So a lot of things to look forward to. All right, guys, Daniel, Mike, thank you so much. Until next time, y'all take care, stay cool, and we'll see you next week.